last row here. We got them all together. There's complaints online about this particular cage and the poor design, and it is what it is. It is kind of a poor design. The way these go in, it's almost like these little sheetrock type inserts, which goes into this aluminum rod. It goes through here and
into there.
The rod spins, and even with the screws and stuff, and we're trying to get pliers and crimp it down the best we can.
So that's why you see us holding, if you do in the speed lab. Why you hold, yeah, I can't do that one-handed.
Yeah, it's real difficult working with her too. So.
Oh, whatever.
But holding that,
anyway,
and then with the drill on the other side, and it doesn't go in very smoothly at all. It's.
I cut his head off there. You're back in there.
But for the fact it being Quail, which weigh almost nothing, it's gonna serve its purpose. And each cage, like we said, holds 5 quail. So there's 1, 2, 3 cages, so 5, 10, 15 quail. So it'd be not very much weight at all. Probably the most weight is going to be the feed or the water container on there. So, but yeah, just kind of what we wanted to show you, kind of how it's going together a little bit on it. And
another thing we had to do too is we had to turn the legs, we had to turn them the wrong way because of the poor design. If we would have done it to where the flat side was out, then our bottom shelf rack wouldn't have fit, and neither would the top. So we gotta do what you gotta do.
The splines sticking out instead of the smooth, clean finish sticking out. So it's kind of backwards, but for the most part.
Well, then also too, whenever we hook the top on, if we had it turned around like, say like this, then we can't get the top through there because it should be to where you have it like that, and then the screw obviously screwed all the way in and flush, and then the top can get in there. But without us having that turned around, the top can't get on. So you make things work.
Yeah, you do what you got to do, make it work. So yep. I think it's kind of becoming our motto. We do what we got to do. So, but anyway, back to the time lapse.
Bye-bye. Hey guys, we are done.
I was counting down. Yep.
We got it all put together as much as we can for right now.
All in one night.
All in one night. And the only thing left to do is they provide a water system that somebody else that we know has the exact same system. They suggested that we do not use these because they lost a few quail because they couldn't get to the...
Yeah, the quail couldn't figure out how to get the
water to come out. So we're not going to use those, so we'll just get some tubing and some little waters that will go in each one.
They said the ones for the chicken cages is actually the ideal one. It's a little 1/2-inch PVC pipe, which will adapt to this. This is actually the water can, so you fill that up. It has a hole in the back side there, and it'll literally go. Each cage will have its own watering system in it. So
this is definitely a system that you want help with.
Yeah. Putting
it together. I mean, you can do it on your own, but it would take a lot longer.
Yeah. It's got some pros and cons to it. Some of the attaching hardware is cheaply made, which in turn makes it difficult to put it together, especially by yourself. One review we were reading on, a person said that it took them, what would you say, 3 6-hour nights? Yeah, 3 6-hour nights. That's a lot of. I can almost kind of see that doing this by yourself because it was difficult. But for the most part, I don't even know what time it is right now.
10:25.
So what? 2 hours?
2 3 hours.
Yeah, about 2.5, 3 hours, probably somewhere in there it took us to do it. So.
And I think what helped us is we met someone that had this, like I was saying a while ago, met someone that had the exact same system. And one thing that they pointed out to us, that we'll point out to you guys as well, is see these little arrows? Pay attention to the arrows. So it shows like that goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and that one goes there. Whenever you're putting it together, just make sure you pay attention to the arrows. Even when it comes to putting this part on, pay attention to the arrows.
And the instructions do not say anything.
The instructions are literally, you're stepping on them.
I think of that.
It's
ready?
just,
It's in Spanish, English, Vietnamese, and...
It's in all languages.
Yes.
It's just pictures. And the pictures do not explain very well. They definitely did not explain the part that we showed you guys on screwing in those rods. I believe the rods were the hardest part. So what to do is, it has this here to where it opens up. For some reason this tree is not staying down. But it opens up, the quail stay in there. There's like this little ledge thing. They will stick their heads through here and eat the food. All the food will be in the tray. And then we'll wrap some wire around right here, some chicken wire. So that way the chickens can't eat all their food. And then whenever they lay their eggs will roll out right here.
And all we got to do is grab right here and grab the eggs. So it makes it simple and easy design. But the reason you don't have the feed inside, the feeders inside, it's because quail are real bad about, yeah, they're very messy. They take and dig their feed and stuff out, and whenever they, she's gonna do a little.
Don't break, please don't break. See?
Ta-da!
Lay the egg. It'll just roll out. You got stuck on the little bar there that holds the door up. Right there. So, they get stuck every once in a while.
But it's simple enough for us to reach under there and grab it.
Yeah.
But anyway, the quail, they like digging in their feed. And when they do that, they're wasting a ton of feed. This here eliminates that, because all they can do is just their head can stick through and they peck at the feed. And we take this out, pour the feed in their little feeding trough and set this on top of the feed. And as they eat it, it just, gravity takes a course and pulls it down. But
there's a lot of different quail cages that we found whenever we were researching and looking for a quail cage. We wanted to build our own. Obviously, we know that's cheaper. But
well, right now I don't know, because the cost of everything.
Yeah, cost of all the material. But we came across this one. It's plastic, therefore easier to clean. And it already has the right tilt for the eggs to roll out. It's already got the feeders. I mean, yeah, we have to spend some extra money to do the watering system. But other than that, it was all here and already designed to where we didn't have to design it. Quail, they're full grown within 7 weeks, already, and start laying eggs around 7 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Chickens,
it's 5 to 7 months.
Yeah.
But 7 weeks, whatever we don't use for breeding, we can use for dinner.
Yep.
So we're really excited to get started in this adventure. We have 60 baby chicks, baby quails.
About a week old.
Yeah, they're in the heater in the room. And then we've got our already 4 adult hens and 1 adult rooster.
Yeah, and we got 21 or 22 eggs.
Oh yeah, we have 27, I think.
27 eggs in the incubator right now too. Yep. So we're really excited about it. We love their eggs. They're very nutritious, real healthy for you. There's a lot of things we got to do more research upon them. So I'm not going to say the things we've heard that are good for, but until we do our own research. But the eggs are delicious and
They're creamy.
very creamy and rich. We haven't ever had quail to eat the meat yet, but we hear it's a delicacy. It's so.
Figure in 7 weeks we will.
Yeah, in 7 weeks we'll definitely let you know.
Because I'm sure we'll have too many males.
So, but we're excited. So, but this is kind of our little bit of our review on putting this thing together.
And this is hatching time cage. I believe that's what the name of it was.
Yeah, hatching time.
Yeah. So, but overall, we're happy with it.
Yeah.
It's just putting together design is not ideal.
Yeah, it's end result. It's going to do exactly what we need to do. It'll sit inside the chicken coop, so it won't get the Arizona sun, and it won't, break the plastic down real fast, because you know the good and well that it would. But the fact that you can slide the tray out, hose it off, put it back in.
And that's another thing. We'll do something to where it can't slide backwards too far, because right now it can slide all over the place.
Well, when I do the drip, the water system on the back,
Yeah.
I can plumb that in the back, and that'll be the stop for this. So, but that can be another video. We'll show you guys how we end up coming that. But for the most part, we're happy with it.
We're excited. So tomorrow we'll get this out in the coop, and we will get our ones that we already have in one of these.
Yeah.
After we get the watering system.
Yeah. We need more.
So yes, no, it won't happen tomorrow. So.
All right, so sorry I didn't do a video of the build of this water system. We've actually been under the weather, all four of us have been, and it was a mess. I'm just in my comfortable pajamas and put this thing together, so that's why we didn't have a video of the build of it, but still I'll show you how I did and what I did. So it goes from here down, and that rubber hose I was able to actually fit right inside the PVC pipe, and it was a very snug fit, so I don't think it ain't coming out of there. So anyway, that's glued from the PVC pipe into here. The elbow is down at an angle through here, goes across, one water, another water, another, and down. So it goes all the way down through here. And I like this setup better because the other one, when it came down, it just had a pipe going across, and then a rubber hose and pipe going across, rubber hose and a pipe going across. And I got to thinking, I was like, well, what happens if, down here at this end, something happens and it doesn't get water down here? That could have been maybe why, but the way I designed this is it come here and it just, literally the water goes down in S shape. So it's gonna gravity feed all the way down here. And whenever I go to take and put water in it for the first time, this very last one, I'll take and make sure it gets all the air out and bleed it more or less. But this way here, they all have water unless the tank itself goes dry. But anyway, the way it's set up, it should do all plenty good. And kind of zoom in here. Got these marks on here, and that helps out a lot because I wanted to have all of these set about the same height, same angle, so that way everything should be spot on. So whenever I took the PVC pipe, before I took it apart, I had everything fitted, everything fit how I wanted it, and I was satisfied with it. So I took and got a Sharpie and marked here and there, so that way whenever I twisted it, that would be lined up straight. I know that when everything's all done, this here would be lined up. But anyway, that's kind of my take on watering system for the quail. So, all right. So here is, after probably about 2 months of use. As you can see, they can stick their heads through there, and they're all getting big. And we got between 4 and 5 in each cage. So there's 5. In there. And they've got plenty of room. But the waters are doing great. I got a couple of them that are leaking the water. They keep coming out, so I probably just need to take and replace those, a couple of seals and things. But for the most part, the cage is doing pretty good. The chicken's always trying to get their feed because their feed's a higher protein. But the quail are doing really good. These guys down here are the ones that I did the baby quail video about, that we hatched from our own eggs, and they're doing great. I think we got 15 down here, so 5 in each cage on the very bottom. But as you can see, we're starting to get eggs, some pretty ones through there. But we got 12, looks like yesterday. So they're starting to lay. We're getting about 12 to 14 eggs a day. Thing that you have to worry about is if you have snakes. If you see the size of this here, I mean, it's maybe 3/4 inch by 1.5. It's that material all the way around. Seen one of our videos about a surprise visit from a snake. It was there was a big old bull snake about 5 foot long that he's pretty big around, but he was able to squeeze down good enough to get in there. So that's one thing that you have around your place is snakes, which most farms or homesteads do. It's not snake proof coming up from the back for sure, or the sides. So it's something that we're having to keep close watch on. Just the one. So, but we keep a little bit closer watch on things, and we kind of do a complete look around on stuff. So, but sorry, the chickens just keep going after the quail's feed. I've got a net that I usually put over this net here. This is actually the net from our gazebo that blew away. So it's getting quite a bit more use, but it's gotten some holes in it. So I've got a new one that I'm going to be putting on there, because I think we've got like 4 or 5 of them left over. But I basically put it on there, and the top is all tucked nice and neat, and the sides, it's just a nice net that covers everything. We haven't had any issues with the cage at all. It's been a great cage. It does exactly what it's supposed to. The cool thing is with the eggs, like we showed you before, they literally lay the eggs and they roll down. If you can if I can get somewhat of a straight line here, you can see it does go down at an angle. So they drop the eggs there, and it rolls down here and catches them. Then we just reach up front and grab them. So those eggs there were just kind of spread out through there. So, but for the most part, it does really good. I had to put this board up there today. I did have a feed sack, so when the chickens, for whatever reason, the chickens like to be up here roosting, made them kind of a roost out of an old attic ladder. But they get up here and they go to the bathroom a lot, so I've been putting feed sacks up there just to keep it out. But I got this plywood here, thin plywood from the attic, an old attic ladder, and I'm using every piece I can from it, so that way it'll take and be a little bit more sturdy and not have to worry about chicken mess falling through. So keep these guys kind of clean. But we're loving their eggs, and we did eat some of the quail, some of the males that we've got, and man, they are delicious. So but it's idea. Let's see here. Yeah, this one's got 4 in it. Say hello. So here's one thing that's kind of something you got to watch for. The birds from upstairs, when they go bathroom, sometimes it rolls down into these guys' feed, and you just gotta pick it out. So that's, I mean, gravity takes its course, but it's just something, clean that up, and I'll take, and when I go to give them more feed, I'll clean it all out, and so they don't have any mess to pick through. And here's a see if I can show you a prime example as to why you need these things here. Watch them. See there? See, they just constantly dig at it and pick at it, so they make a mess. Let me make this nice and level here. So they try, they can only move it so far to feed. But when they do that, all that feed gets knocked up here. So I just gotta bring it down. Yeah, see there? It helps slow it down from them tearing into it and making a big mess of the feed. And they can still get to the feed plenty good. So but that's the purpose of that, because if not, feed would be going down, 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 and goes into their drip trays here. That one, need to wash that one. Just scraped everything out for right now. Usually once a week I'll take and pull them out and clean them up real nice. So throughout the week I just dump it and scrape it out, put it in a bucket, and then the weekends I'll take and wash them so they're nice and clean. So you can see there, they have no problem getting through, getting the feed, but they can't dig it and make a mess. This feed's not cheap, so it's the more I can save, the better. So anyway, long story short, or long video short, yeah, this video is probably a little bit longer than what it should have been, but Casey and I really felt like we needed to explain kind of the good and bad of this cage. It's doing exactly what we need it to do. It's a little difficult to kind of put together, but it's functioning. It's doing exactly what it needs to do. We haven't had any more issues with anything with the cage. We're about to be moving the cage into another part of the coop, and I will get all the quail out of there because we got some more quail in the incubator to go in there. So during the transition, we're going to take and get everything out and hose it down really good and clean it up, and we'll move it to the new location, and maybe it'll be a better fit, so that way the chickens aren't on top of it messing around. But like I said, we're very pleased with it. It's doing a good job. But yeah, that's pretty much the gist of it. There's more videos to come on a lot more that we got going on. I know it's been a little while since we posted a video, and this video here has been kind of a long time in the making. Mama cat's not too happy with one of her kittens, so it's never a dull moment here on the homestead. So but anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Really appreciate you, each and every one of you, and make sure you big old thumbs up, and like and subscribe and comment. And if you have any questions, just reach out and we will answer them to the best of our knowledge and best we can. So if we don't know the answer, we'll just make it up. So anyway, thanks guys. Have a wonderful day. See you. Bye.